Hey, yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Smart TCG, and today I'm going to be going over the standings from the biggest Pokemon TCG live tournament of all time, the Smart Series number 2. This event had over 700 players compete, and if you're interested in playing in these tournaments in the future, you can click the top link that's going to be in the description to sign up for future events. But with that being said, let's hop into the standings here. It was won by none other than former world champion Gabriel Fernandez. Is able to take down this tournament with Gardevoir. Congratulations to Gabriel, taking down over 700 players, and it is a Gardevoir Drifloon variant. Now, after the North American International Championships, and we saw the build that didn't have the Drifloon and had the 4 of the Monkey Dory, a lot of people were kind of switching to that variant, but Gabriel's showing us that the Drifloon and the Bravery Charm package is still really, really powerful and something that you want to consider. Instead of playing 2 Counter Catcher, it looks like they are only opting for 1. Instead, they have the 3rd Arven just for a little bit of a boost of consistency there. But yeah, the rest of the list here looks relatively standard. You have a Shaman, you have 1 less Monkey Dory, no energy switch, so when you do play the Drifloon package, you don't have space for some of those other tech cards, but you can still add some pretty good cards into this deck, like Shaman right now, which I think is pretty good against the Mirror Match and also Raging Bolt. So congratulations to Gabriel taking down the tournament here, 12-1-1 record. Next up, we have Joel, who was able to get 2nd place here with Raging Bolt. Now, this Raging Bolt list, at first glance, you see the double Squawkabilly, you see the double Mew, and you're like, okay, it's just the turbo variant that's been seen success recently. However, it's actually a hybrid, so it has a lot of the turbo cards. For example, the 2 Mew EX, the 2 Squawkabilly. You also have the Chen Pao as well to bump your stadiums to remove some of those liabilities, but you have a 1-1 Noctowl in this deck, which is pretty cool to see. Also 1 Fan Rotom. So it seems like this build actually has a lot of potential moving forward, because you get the consistent turn 1 attacks, because you have things like the extra Crispin, the double Mew, the double Squawk, but you also have a thin Noctowl engine to kind of stabilize your deck in certain situations. So I really like this idea. I think this variant has a lot of potential, and I think the Noctowl is pretty good in the deck. So yeah, shout out to Joel for getting 2nd place. Next up, we have Tamati, who ended up playing Dragapult Charizard. Pretty standard list here. Not a whole lot to talk about. They do play the Jamming Tower as the one of Stadium. They got the Halucha in here as well. Great with Phantom Dive to take multiple prize cards. 3 Boss's Orders I really like as well, and the A-Spec of choice is that Unfair Stem. Looks very similar to some of the top placing lists at the most recent North American International Championships. Next up here, we have another Raging Bolt piloted by Jake. Jake was able to get top 4. This is a more traditional Raging Bolt Noctowl build, however, has access to that Budew Itchy Pollen, and also plays the Energy Switch as well. I think this Energy Switch has a lot of potential in this format, so it's cool to see the Energy Switch seeing success. Next up, we have the only Grimmsnarl who made it into top 8. We have Karen here, who ended up playing Grimmsnarl. This Grimmsnarl list is pretty interesting, as it does have access to the Blood Moon Ursaluna, which I think is a really good card. Gets even better when Black Bolt and White Flare releases, when you have access to that Air Balloon. So like if you start this card, you can actually move it, because when you start it and you don't have Air Balloon, it's very, very rough. But with Air Balloon, it makes it a little bit easier to move it, as it turns that retreat cost from 3 to 1. We got 1 of the Budew as well. Some players have been cutting this. 1 Shaman, and then 1 Tatsugiri as well. So a lot of different tech cards in this build here. And yeah, you got the TM De-Evolution as well. 3 Spikemuth, no Artisan, most notably. That's kind of interesting to see. So yeah, congratulations to Karen on getting top 8. The only Grimmsnarl who made it in top 8. Next up, we have Matt Bridges here, who ended up getting top 8 with Joltik. Pretty standard Joltik list, except instead of playing the Vitality Band, plays Gravity Mountain and then Power Glass as well. And these are cards we've seen in the deck before, but cool to see them in this build. We also see Genesect too, so I guess actually it isn't super standard. It's a little bit spicy. There's a little bit of spice in Joltik box, but these are kind of the tech cards that you can include in the deck. I actually think that Gravity Mountain, if you play 2, has definitely some potential, and Power Glass is really good against matchups like Golden Go, for example. When you're trying to Topaz Bolt over and over again, having access to the Power Glass is really good. I'm not a huge fan of Genesect, but it does give you a chance in certain situations if you get it out early game to turn off specifically Raging Bolt's Prime Catcher. Next up here, we have Azul GG, one of the best players and also content creators in the game here. Looks like this was the list they ended up playing. They ended up playing the 1 of Perrin as well, kind of a spicy card they decided to include. For anyone that doesn't know, Perrin allows you to reveal up to 2 Pokemon in your hand and put them into your deck. If you do search your deck for up to that many Pokemon, reveal them and put them into your hand and then shuffle your deck. So that's kind of interesting to see. Parancine play. So yeah, shout out to Azul getting top 8 here with Charizard, Pidgeot. Lost to Raging Bolt in cut, but still a very, very solid finish. Next up, we have Oswaldo here with, looks like Joltik Box with a Protective Goggles. That's kind of interesting to see. That turns off weakness, which is kind of nice on basic Pokemon. So yeah, this build has a little bit of spice with the Protective Goggles, but the rest of it is pretty standard. Seems like a lot of players are playing Doug Galvantula and the Iron Leaves combo right now, making sure they have a chance against those Charizard and Grimmsnarl decks. Next up, heading into top 16, we have Arthur. Arthur was playing probably the spiciest deck that made it into top cut, being Ceruledge. They ended up going 9-1-1. Congratulations to Arthur on a great finish with a really cool deck. Yep, it's just a Ceruledge Rev Room here where you try and get tons of energies into the discard pile with that rumbling engine and then deal huge amounts of damage with that Abyssal Flames. You also got the Monkey Dory and the Luminous energies as well. If your Ceruledges do survive, you can fling damage back onto them. You got the Briar too. You got a Team Rocket's Watchtower. Kind of interesting to play a one of Watchtower. It seems pretty difficult to find in certain situations, admittedly, so I'm not necessarily too sure how I feel about that. Next up here, we have Elmar, who ended up playing Dragapult Dusknoir. They ended up getting top 16, a 9-2 record here. Pretty standard build. This looks very similar to the one that Andrew Hedrick was able to use to get top 16 or top 32 at NAIC. And I think John Ang got top 16 at NAIC with this list. So plenty of top players saw success, and it looks like this is a carbon copy of that list with the Neo Upper Energy. I really like the Neo Upper Energy right now. It's very good in this format. Helps out a lot against matchups like the Grimmsnarl. So yeah. Next up here, we have Chrono Nova. Chrono Nova was the other Grimmsnarl who made it into asymmetrical here. Didn't make it into top cut, but made it into asymmetrical. So congratulations to them. This list here, you got the one of Buddy, one of Shaman, one of Tatsuguri, so plays the combo 3 again. And then this list does have the Artisan. The other list we looked at did not have Artisan. And then 1 TM Devo, 1 TM Evo. One rare candy, not 2. That's kind of interesting. I know a lot of lists are playing 2. And then the one of Psychic Energy as well to give you access to Mind Bend. That's kind of spicy. That's very, very spicy to see. Next up, we have Bartek here. Got top 16 with the Flareon deck. Here we go. This is the Flareon build that they ended up playing here. No Gravity Mountain in this build. Looks like they have the 2 Sylveon and the 2 Flareon as well. So I know some lists have been cutting down to 1 Sylveon. So looks like they play Cyrano over any of the other cards like Jock or Brock Scouting. So yeah, this is one of the EV lists here. Next up, we have Zelmor, which was the 1 Golden Go that made it into top cut here. Finished 8-1. This is just a Golden Goat Dragapult list. Looks like they do play the continuous coin toss Gimmighoul, which is kind of cool to see. This is a card that hasn't seen a whole lot of play in this deck. We see the one of Pokemon League Headquarters as well. Very good against matchups like Joltik Box, which is admittedly one of this deck's harder matchups. So yeah, there is the Golden Go Dragapult. Next up, we have Blaine, who ended up playing another Dragapult Dusknoir build. Looks like they have the Chi-Yu included. Most lists that I've been seeing that have been placing really well don't play Chi-Yu, but it's cool to see the Chi-Yu being played. Helps out against the Raging Bolt matchup, and just, you know, it provides a threatening one prize attacker that some decks can struggle to deal with. Next up here, we have the last 2 people who made it, I believe, into... Actually, wait, never mind. Yeah, there's actually a few more, actually. Yeah. But the last 2 people that made it into top 16 here. Yeah. So, all right, we have Washed VGC player here. This is actually a regional champion in VGC, I believe. I forget their name, but they are very, very solid at the game in both games. They're very good in TCG and also VGC. So very standard list of just the pure Charizard Dusknoir, similar to the one that John Roberts used to get top 32 at Milwaukee regionals. And then once they got top 32 at Milwaukee, the deck kind of just fell off. So it's cool to see this person bring the deck back and show that it has some potential. It's a very interesting looking deck. There's only 1 line of Pokemon here. So yeah, congratulations to them for getting top 16. And then the last person who made top 16 was Labubu Fiend, who ended up playing a Dragapult Charizard build. Once again with Chi-Yu. Also Prime Catcher as well. Kind of spicy to see Prime Catcher in this build as opposed to Unfair Stamp. Next up here, moving on, we have Logan. Logan ended up playing Grimmsnarl. There was actually a top like 23 ASIM, so they technically made it into top cut, but ended up top 32 here. So this was the list that they ended up playing. Next up here, we have Ian MC. Ian MC had a good run here with Gardevoir. This looks a lot more similar to the list that Isaiah Bradner used to win the North American International Championships. Was able to get top 32 here. And then we have Zowie 32 with Raging Bolts. Another Raging Bolt build. It looks like a lot more of a traditional build. They do opt to play the Energy Switch and also Bravery Charm too. So another tech card. Some lists play Bravery Charm, but plenty of lists have been cutting that card recently. Then we have Where Spot 05 here with Gardevoir. Looks like Gardevoir with TM Devo. Okay, this is a TM Devo build. We got the TM Devo. We have the Shaman as well. No Drifloon though, but double Bravery Charm. That's kind of strange to see. And then All Out Blitzel was the last person who made it into asymmetrical here with that Zoroark deck. Really, really spicy deck. You have access to the Petrant, great attacker at the end of the game. You got the Janine Secret Art as well that allows you to attach energies onto the board. You have Counter Gain, you have Unfair Stamp. There's a lot of junk in this deck. There's a lot of cool things. All Out Blitzel had a really entertaining game in top 32 ASIM, or I guess top 22 or 23, I think it was. ASIM, and they barely lost. Their opponent got a pretty crazy combo to take them down. So congratulations to All Out Blitzel on a good run. Actually, no, it's top 21. My apologies. Top 21. And then, yeah, rest of the top 32 here. We have Cleffa Broken, who just missed. We have Jammin. Umbermet here with Dragapult. You got 3 Dragapults, Gardevoir. Brendan ended up playing Grimmsnarl, and then not a whole lot of other crazy things, except I wanted to mention this one other deck here that Mr. Peanut took to a top 30 or 64 placement, 34th here. This deck is crazy. This was the Slowking deck that they played to go 7-2. This deck's pretty gnarly. You have the Slowking with the Seek Inspiration. Look at the top card of the deck, and if it's a Pokemon, you get to use that attack. So the goal is to use the Academy at night to put a bunch of powerful Pokemon on top, and then use Seek Inspiration to deal crazy amounts of damage with a lot of different Pokemon. You got the Crabominable, the Kyurem, Annihilate. You have access to 9 there, or Regigigas. This deck is just a mess. It's really, really cool, though, and congratulations to them for going 7-2. But anyways, those are some of the standings there. If you're interested in the rest of the standings, you can go check out the link that is in the description. As well, if you're interested in playing in the next one, feel free to do that. But anyways, thanks for all the support on the series as well. I appreciate it. It's been really, really entertaining to run and stream. I will be live on July 21st with the next Smart series. But anyways, that's going to do it for me today. I appreciate all the support as always. This is Smart TCG. Speak with you guys again soon. Peace out.